Hey y'all, I'm Dalton. Today, we're going to go through the basic technique on how to load and prepare a 35mm film camera. If you enjoy seeing excellent photographic works of your own, this is definitely a hobby that you will enjoy. The developed photographs that you produce are irreplaceable, even by a digital camera. I'm going to go through the basic components of a film camera, but more importantly, the components involved in the loading of the film. First, we need to know where our film compartment is. And in most standard SLR cameras, our compartment is right here under this and behind this door right here. It's situated right under our viewfinder prism. And so it's situated here like so behind this door. So to get started here, this is our rewind lever. And this is the lever that is used to rewind the film after the whole roll has been shot. And then in our inside right here, just to show the working of these components, we have our advance lever right here. And this is used to advance the film after each of your shots. So to demonstrate here, I'm gonna fire the shutter. This advance lever, you throw it forward, and it turns this part right here, which is called the sprocket. And this part is important because you want to make sure that the film is engaged with the sprocket when you are loading the film into the camera. So this component is important for that reason. Our fourth most important component we have here is the take-up spool. And this part is what secures the end or the leader end of the film and pulls it along using the end into this right compartment of the camera. And what happens here in this compartment is all of the exposed film is stored after they have been shot. And this component of the camera basically stores that until you retract it in the very end. So this part right here is rather important because it will secure the end of the film and it will make sure that you keep the film tight and taut against this platform as you are loading it. Here is our rewind button. This button, you always want to use it when you are rewinding your film after you've shot all of your photos. So in the case of all of my shots have been used up, we go ahead and click this button and it unsecures this so that you can rewind like so. There's no film in here, so you can't actually see what it looks like. But when you hit that rewind button, you will be able to do this, and this will no longer hold on to that end of the film, and you will be able to retract it backwards into the film canister. So like I discussed earlier, this rewind knob right here is what we will be using to open this rear film compartment door. So we flip up this lever right here, and then we hold on to this, and we use it to pull this catch, and this will open up the compartment right here. So now we have our film compartment open, and it's ready to load our film into. At this point, we want to make sure that we have our roll of film with us, and we want to also make sure that we know the parts of our film canister. This part right here is called the spindle. This is used to roll the film back into the canister. We want to make sure that this is facing downwards and that this thing, this, whatever you call this, is retracted enough so that you can fit it into this compartment. And then it should fit in like so. And then at this point, we want to push this down so that the prongs will grab onto this canister and hold it in place. At this point, it should be able to hold itself in place pretty well. So at this point, we have our canister secured in the left side of our film compartment. Now, what we want to do is bring out just enough film, so pouring it out of the canister just enough so that we can reach our take-up spool. And so what we do with this leading edge is we feed it into the blades of this take-up spool making sure that the teeth actually engage with these holes along the film. So we rotate it so that we can get a good feed in there. Once we feed it in adequately, what we can do is start advancing. So you do this, and the mechanism will catch on by its own, like so. So it's getting pulled up against the stage there. And now that we have a satisfactory tension on our film, it looks satisfactory at this point. What we want to do is close our door and make sure the latch secures itself. There you go. We have a loaded film camera that's ready for shooting. I do want to add that for demonstration purposes, I left the camera lens off of the camera and kept the body cap on there, just for the sake of demonstration so that I could show the procedure. But what you want to do is, before you start shooting your photos, your raw photos, is to ensure that you have your lens on the camera. So this is basically what the camera looks like with the lens on it. And what you want to do is, everything's closed up, it's all loaded up. You want to check your shot window right here. And you advance until it reads 1. And that's your shot. And that's the beginning of the journey.